Listen, we have a great show lined up for you. I'm your host, Kim Jacobs, better known as the Balance Doctor. And all of our guests that come on, they're either people that have overcome some tremendous odds in their own lives as they balance this thing called life, or they're experts and they're here to share tips and strategies that will help you better balance and manage your life. Grab your virtual seats and let's get ready for some real relevant and relatable content on today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. I am super excited to be here with you all today because we have Dr. Niti and we have Renee over there. How are you ladies today?
Good morning.
Doing great.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And we also have Mackenzie backstage with her family, and she's mending her husband as he gets back to great health. So I'd like to always just acknowledge those that support me even backstage. You may always see me in the forefront, but there's always a team of people that's beneath the iceberg lifting me up. So I just want to thank you, Mackenzie. Yes. I definitely want to thank Cassandra, all of the flyers that you all get to see. She's diligently working and putting those together, even in the midst of her being in law school and being a mom of a child that battles Down syndrome, and being a wife and being a first lady of a church. You name it. These women are warriors that support the Kim Jacobs Show and work behind the scenes. So thank you. Shout out to my team back there. Dr. Niti, I know that we're going to be talking with everyone today about your backstory and what you bring to the universe. But I would love for people, just in a nutshell, to just hear a snippet of what they can expect on today's episode from you alone.
I'm originally from Thailand, and I have overcame several of my own chronic health problems, and that I have the background of pediatric. I'm board certified in pediatric and also integrative holistic medicine. I study functional medicine, and I combine all these different modalities of healing like a delicious smoothie. Then I came to write my first book called Project Love. Love stands for Lifestyle Optimization Victoriously Established, which is basically based on the program I designed for my patient that works so well, and I want to share with the world. And I believe it's also the antidote to the yo-yo diet that we've been struggling with. A lot of us are. And then I also aspire to help more people. So I have new and upcoming book in November, on November 11, Naked Health. My new book gonna be coming out. It's in editing right now. And then we have the book together with Kim, right? The Essence of a Woman.
Yeah.
That's gonna launch next month, September 20th.
So y'all are in for a treat when we talk more with Dr. Niti. Let me pull over here to Renee Brown, CEO of NextLevelRecovery.com. Talk to us and tell us what people can expect in a nutshell from today's episode with you.
Oh, awesome. Well, I always come from the context of mental health and well-being, and physical health they're just all one. Mindset is just where it's at. But my focus today is going to be on the foster care system and what's possible to do to move a ginormous mountain for the kiddos. So I'm excited to talk about that today. And I'll be introducing that whole concept and platform in the up and coming book, Essence of a Woman. So I'm excited about all of that and so grateful to be on your show today. Thanks for having me.
We are going to have an epic time. I mean, everything that you learned today, you'll be able to apply some of these tips right in your daily living. And you heard them both mention, I want to pull that up if I can over here. You heard them both mention about the essence of a woman. And so that is epic, that we're going to be deep diving more into what that looks like and how you can get a copy of it as we are preparing to launch it. Yeah. Today is the 29th. What's today? Yeah. It's happening. It's happening tomorrow, right? Yeah, it's going to go down. So anyway, we're excited. So if you're watching this for whatever reason as a replay, then know that you should be getting your copy of The Essence of a Woman as quickly as possible. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I'm going to introduce these two queens to you, and then we're going to learn more about their backstory. So get your mind right, Dr. Niti and Renee, preparing to take us on a journey of your backstory. Right after this commercial break, everybody, we'll be right back. Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Managing Director of the Charlotte, North Carolina chapter of eWomen Network. I am so excited that you stopped to watch this video. I've got good news for you. You've just discovered an international network of women entrepreneurs who are committed to helping you achieve, succeed, and prosper. We're on a mission here to help 1 million women entrepreneurs each achieve $1 million in annual revenue. Here at eWomen Network, we have a complete success system that supports you every step of the way in building and growing your business. You being here right now is no accident. We're supposed to know about you. We want to meet you to find out how we can help you as well as learn about what you have to offer. With over 500,000 women connected through 118 chapters across the United States, Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom, you are never alone. If this is resonating with you, please go to ewomennetwork.com/Charlotte. Notice too my contact information. I invite you to reach out to me and to check out our upcoming in-person and online events. I'm really looking forward to introducing you to our special community. All right, everyone, we are back. So make sure you check out ewomennetwork.com/Charlotte. And if you're not a part of this organization with over 500,000 members, please make sure that you put Kim Jacobs as the person that invited you to be a part of eWomen, and I will connect you with your local chapter. There are 118 chapters across the country. So let's get ready to rock and roll. Originally from Thailand, Dr. Niti, I love that name, grew up in a merchant's family. Her parents' vision for her future is as far as shopkeeper as a teenager. Dr. Niti was not entirely satisfied with her condition. So unbeknownst to her, she decided to pursue a medical career as her future. And I'm not going to go through all of the backstory because then that's going to give her a chance to talk versus me just reading it. She pursued a pediatric gastrointestinal and nutrition fellowship at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas, and she has been board certified for over 23 years and has studied multiple healing modalities, including energetic healing, such as pranic healing, since 2006. So I am so pleased to have Dr. Niti here with us today. And then let me introduce Renee Brown. She is the CEO of Next Level Recovery, President, Sober Living Properties, and founder of Medical Mindshare. Some great names, y'all. She's a businesswoman with a passion for social reform. And she's going to share part of some of her chapter today from The Essence of a Woman. But she also, I love this part right here, by day, she assists with mental health and addiction at her treatment facility, Next Level Recovery. And then she also has Sober Living Properties that provides recovery housing. This woman is passionate about foster care because I'm about to give up part of her backstory. I'm just going to tell you she's passionate about foster care. So welcome, Dr. Niti and Renee Brown, to the Kim Jacobs Show.
Thank you.
Whoosha!
Yes.
Yeah, so excited.
So Dr. Niti, I see you over there, and you are sitting Indian style. I've been walking a lot to be able to get to that point in my life, to be able to sit and be in that position. Let's start with you. Take us back on your journey throughout your backstory to bring us up to speed as to who you are.
But actually, I meditate every day, so this is a common position that I sit every morning. So that's come in handy. But anyway, from Thailand, I was actually did not have the best childhood, if you would say. You know, I was pretty abused physically and also mentally, verbally. And nobody have any aspiration to think that I would become anything. And so this is a pretty surprise for even to myself.
Huh.
But anyway, that now that I'm here, that experience actually has served me tremendously, more than I realized that, because I work with children and it had come in handy to assist me to be able to help them from the heart, from my soul, because I've been there in that situation many times.
Well,
And
with
go ahead.
you being from an abusive situation growing up, how do you advise people that may be going through something like that, but now they've been through it, they've lived through it even, but now they're on the other side of it, but they don't know how to walk in their newness. Any suggestions from your own experience?
That we want to think about, like, I listened to several teachers, right, including like Abraham Hicks, law of attraction, and basically we have to think in a way that it happened for us, not to us, right, and instead of putting us in the victim mode that has stuck with me for a very, very long time. Took a lot to get out of that mode, and to realize that it has a purpose, and that sometimes we don't know at the time. We curse it, like, why is it happening to me, but it ended up being have silver lining. It always have silver lining, that realize that it will serve the purpose, and to
Good.
really
And
believe
that
in
takes a
yourself.
special person to even be able to have that mindset that it serves a purpose, because not everyone takes that victor mentality. Many times people say, no, this happened to me, and as a result of that, I am a victim. And so I can't just mentally get past it. And so what you're saying is it's happening for you so that you could
Right.
become a better version of yourself, is what I
and
think.
and to take a lot of, which is in my book as well, about self-care and self-love, self-compassion, because in my awesome program that I designed, the reason was successful, that the kid changed, is because I emphasized for them to come from self-love and self-compassion. No, they're not doing it for anybody else but themselves, and this is not selfishness, it's self-care.
So when you came up with this book, I know we're here too to talk about the essence of a woman, but I love Project Love, and love stands for what again?
Lifestyle optimization victoriously established.
And so when readers read your book, Project Love, I see food, I see a stethoscope. I feel love when I just see the cover of this book. What do you want people to walk away knowing when they read Project Love?
Well, it's kind of funny that this book wasn't written to be a weight loss book, but I have several people that read my book and lose weight, because the program was designed first for children, right? But basically, it's based on what I'm doing for myself. I just didn't put it into that strategic format, that now it's easy to follow because every kid can do it. You can do it. So it's a very simple strategy that keep you accountable, and your accountability is for yourself. You're not doing it for anybody else, and it has simple three rules that you're gonna not beat yourself up, rule number one, and then you're gonna persist a progress, and you're gonna wake up, say you're awesome, and go to bed, say you're awesome, because you are. And then the other detail, I'm not gonna get into that,
Right,
but
right,
it's
right.
it's,
You have to
it's
get
very
it.
simple, very simple, and it works.
Very simple and it works. Project Love, everybody.
Very
Make sure
practical.
you get a copy of Project Love and start applying some of these techniques right away to your daily living. And I know, Renee, we're not actually talking yet about your backstory, but sometimes when you're a guest, right, and you're hearing somebody else's story, you're like, wait, I have a point to make about just being a victor versus a victim. So, do you want to chime in and say anything from what she's already shared so far?
I do. And I just enjoy every conversation I have with Dr. Niti. We have been good friends, and I love her thoughts on so many subjects. So, one of the things that I can't help but reflect upon is a thought that I had when I was really little. I I didn't really like football, but of course it was always on all the holidays, and I'm sitting there and I'm listening to these sportscasters, and they're talking about the injuries, how bad the season was, everything under the sun for why somebody shouldn't be having a good game. And in my young mind, I thought, what does any of that matter? They can do anything they want. Every day is different. And what I didn't realize is I was tapping into a psychology that we didn't know about. Now we do. We are not about those experiences. Our future is not predicated on any of the trauma that we've experienced. We are powerful divine beings.
Yeah, that's good. Powerful divine beings. We are powerful divine beings. Somebody type that in the comment section. Powerful divine beings. We're not victims. We can
Mm-mm.
be able to have a life that we desire to have when we make that conscious decision that I'm actually living in my birthright. I'm living in what I'm
Mhm.
supposed to be able to have on earth. I don't have to wait. This is my philosophy. I don't have to wait until I get to heaven to live my best life. God has
Yes.
ordained for me to be able to live that right here on this earth.
Wow.
So, what am
Yes.
I going to do to bring, again, this is Kim's philosophy. I live wholeheartedly by what can I do to bring heaven to earth? I believe I can do that. And I believe that it's within my rights to do that based on what I'm authorized to do. So I am excited about what I'm hearing. And now, Dr. Niti, I know you were in the middle of talking about your backstory, being abused, but then there are some other things that transpired for you to ultimately become who you are today. Tell us some of those things as well.
So I that's why I believe in empowering. The key is to empower oneself, right? That's the same uh, principle and philosophy that I use in my life, and I transpire that into my practice and for the families that I serve and the children that I serve. Because when you come from self-empowering, it comes from your heart, from your love. And the word, for example, the word courage, right, come from the Latin word cor, which means heart. And so when you come from here, not from here, it make a huge difference. So a lot of time we stuck in the mental state, especially when we go to a lot of school, like me and Ray, we went to a lot of school too. And we stuck, that I said, take elevator down to your heart. And your heart have a two-way communication with your brain. When the heart feels like it needs information, it can say, hey brain, help me out here, help with this part, and then come back to be in your heart again. But if you stuck in your brain, the brain is a one way, it never pull the heart in, it just go until you crumble or something happen that's not very good. So yeah, so always come to your heart and realize that, let your heart be your guide, right? That's the common uh, say that we've heard before. And that now I feel like I'm driven by purpose. And I believe just similar to what Renee said, right? Divine power. And my chapter in the essence of a woman is called the essence of divine feminine. So that's the spiritual chapter, which I believe that, we are the continuum to each other, the masculine and the feminine. We are, both of us, the male and the female, or whatever you would call, the different identification. We have physiologically and anatomically, we have the both the female and the male, right? The hormone and all these things, and then we have different receptor. That's how your body present as certain phenotype of how you look like. And so we're not as different as we are we are thinking. And
That's right.
also I want to say a little bit about the science background. That, for example, the scientists study genetics using fruit fly, right? Think
Uh-huh.
about it. 99% of fruit fly genetics are very similar to us. And, we are that 1% different that differentiate us from the fruit fly. And then when you look at the embryonic shape of, human or fish or horse, when they're very young at that stage, everyone look the same.
Yeah.
So we are more alike than we realize, to be differentiated from our skin color, what we look like, what our hair color, the feature of the body, that we are more in unity. That's my point. That
I
than we
agree.
realize, to be in like thinking that we separate and we're different.
I love the similarities that we all have, because at the end of the day, if we focus more on those similarities, we will become kinder. I don't know,
Right.
but we would be extremely kind to one another, because then it's not a respecter of person based on what we're seeing on the exterior. Now obviously you want to be your best, look your best, and all of that, but what's in the heart and what's going on is, as a matter of the heart, is so critically important. If we do unto others as we would have done unto us, then life would just be so significantly better and smoother than what we currently have
But,
happening in
but
our
but I
society.
believe it starts with self-love, right? I believe the person that act out like that, usually there's something inside that's not working out.
That's right.
So that's why I say rule number one of, never beat yourself up.
That's good. I'm so used to being on this side of the screen. I'm like, oh wait, with Renee not on the screen. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm thrown off. And that's interesting too, Dr. Niti. You see how I just swapped this over? It's because you're used to what you're used to, right?
Yes, just same like when you put your thumb, when you cross your hands together, you tend to put one, left or right over, and when you do the different, it's feel unfamiliar, right? Feel
That's
weird.
so true. Because like my right thumb automatically goes over my left thumb naturally. I just, when I cross my hands, that's
Yeah,
what
and for
happens.
mine it's left because I'm a lefty.
Wow. And so now imagine, oh, if I crossed my hands and I did that, I would be like,
It feel
what?
weird, right? Because we're
Right,
not
so
used to
weird.
that.
So weird. And y'all do that exercise, because it's interesting and enlightening. So we cross your hands. What is the dominant finger, the thumb that goes over the
That
other
on
one?
top.
In my case, it's the right hand over the left. And what is yours over there?
I'm left over right because I'm a lefty. So
Oh, I
I'm
have to
always
bring
left over
Renee
right.
back in. Renee, I'm pulling you back in. Okay, give me a thumbs up. Is it okay? Oh wait, I'll wait till I see you give me a thumbs up. I never pull people on the screen without. Give me a thumbs up. All right, all right. Okay, so Renee, we just did a brief exercise where we put our, just close your hands together. Put like, like this. Now, which thumb is over the other one? Is it the right hand or the left hand?
The right.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
You
for
see,
her,
because
for Dr. Niti, it's the left thumb
because
automatic,
I'm a lefty.
because she's a
Oh,
lefty. That's, you know what, even though that's a simple exercise, the point is it just shows you how what naturally comes to mind for you to do is what happens typically. So if we make it a
mhm.
habit to naturally have it come to mind, to have self-love, to have empowerment, to have love for one another, all of the things you just talked about, Dr. Nitti, then it will become a part of our everyday existence. It would just become natural.
Right,
Mhm.
to be habits. Yeah, that I believe in habit forming because then it become automated. Because you have so many things going on, right? Your brain don't have enough energy to do everything, and so anything that can become automated, automatic, it's the best. That save your brain energy, and then
Yes,
you
yes.
be more consistent with that. That's
So
the
Mhm.
key.
even though I'm not sitting Indian style right now, because you would be able to see up my dress, but the way I would be doing it, you would automatically be able to see a lot, because it would be like I'd be balled up, right? But the point is, I faithfully will grab a quick 10-15 minute power nap, because that's something that is important for me to be able to function in a lot of different regards. And I have my friends, they'll joke me and they'll be like, what in the world? How can you just go to sleep like that? If I'm dealing with something that's stressful, I can just go to sleep. I'd be like, not like
Good for you.
narcolepsy, but just I can go to sleep. And it's fine. And
And
I
there was
think that's
study
God's
about
way of
that.
protecting me.
People do that in Japan. That they even have the nap place at work.
And that place at work.
Yeah, in Japan, the
Oh,
power
do
nap.
they?
Power nap.
Oh, that's
At
so smart.
Not in the U.S. though.
You say what?
Not in the U.S. No,
No,
we
not
don't
in
do
the
that.
U.S. Girl, you best to get
They
up.
probably will kick you out.
Are you napping at your desk? If you don't get out of here, you fired.
Yeah, US we more uptight.
That's hilarious. Okay, listen, we have heard some from Dr. Niti, and I've already thoroughly enjoyed our conversation. I do want to pop up on the screen so you all know what these two authors are here representing today. We have a visionary that is Dr. Joe D. Bear, and she has spearheaded a project called The Essence of a Woman, and it has been unleashed starting 2024 of August. And all of us, I'm actually a part of the book as well. We are honored to be a part of this anthology, The Essence of a Woman. And so Renee Brown is sent in this image, and you'll be able to get your copy of your book from Renee or from Dr. Niti, or even ultimately from me as well. I'm one of the authors, but today I'm promoting that you get your books from either of them. I would like to start by putting this QR code up too, to help you know that improving foster care is something that Renee Brown stands heavily behind. So make sure that you get a copy of this QR code, and you're going to learn a lot more on how you personally can help improve foster care. So let's go over to you, Renee. Talk to us and take us on a journey in your backstory, if you will.
All right. So, my backstory, which has more to do with my life than what I think I would have ever have guessed, has come from my childhood when I spent some time in foster care in East LA. And I'll tell you, one of the experiences that I share quite a bit about in the book, and I'm just going to just briefly give some highlights, is when I was experiencing abuse in the foster care system. And it was enough where I decided that I would run away. And I didn't have that thought all by myself. There were a few other kids that were in the same place as I was. You know, we were up against impossible odds and abuse, and we wanted to leave. So at the time, we were 8 and 9 years old, the three of us. And what we decided to do was to run away after school. Now, we were already in East LA.
Hmm.
And as children, you know, I don't know that we had very much planned. So we just kind of meandered into the inner city in East LA. And I'm going to tell you what, there is not a child that is projected to be alive after 24 hours. It's just that dangerous. But it was a stand that I took for myself. And then what happened is 8-year-old Anna began to get progressively ill. And it could have been dehydration, I'll never know, but she ended up so stomach sick she couldn't move. And at that time, it was in the middle of the night, and I had to make a decision on the spot that to go back and make a run to get some help for her.
Right.
And the run was a 5-mile run. And this city is awake, is all I have to say. And you've got mental illness, you've got gangs on the street, you've got visible guns, you've got knives. And I had to make a run. And I remember deciding that I would run in the middle of the street in case I need to be saved quickly from a coming car from somebody on the street. And I'm going to tell you my takeaway. We opened up today with this concept of divine being.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to share that I had this strong sense of integration with both 9-year-old Danny and 8-year-old Anna. And it was a connection larger than myself. And I knew I needed to make it back. And as I had that connection, I also felt this connection spiritually to heaven, and that I would be protected. And I just remember praying and focusing, and this mindfulness that came out of nowhere
Yes.
that allowed me to go the distance.
Mm.
And I connected with this sense of inner knowing. I don't know how better to call it. And I made it back, and Anna got some care from the hospital. But it was then that I knew that I'm going to do something with my life
That's right.
that's going to be different. I'm going to make a change. I am not going to be a part of what I just saw on the streets. And that passion never left me.
Mm.
And in fact, I think it transferred when my husband and I felt like we wanted to do something. This is in the early 2000s, when if you had addiction, insurance wouldn't cover it.
Right.
People were losing their homes to mortgages, what have you. And my husband and I, and me coming from the background that I had, I thought, we need safe housing. Safe housing is everything. And we licensed the very first recovery house in the state of Utah. And I have a treatment center. I work with doctors. I work with therapists. But I can't tell you enough about the modality of safe housing. Even better, it's affordable.
This is crazy. So you been able to have that affordable housing based on even just your own personal passion as a young person. It
Mm-hmm.
catapulted you into pretty much your destiny, which you believe was a part of your ultimate plan, purpose, and calling. And so so just with us, let me go back, and I love visuals. You
Mm-hmm.
are this child. You had a bad situation in a foster care. You decided in cahoots with another person to run off and try to save yourselves. Basically, you're like, we're
Mm-hmm.
not here. Worst case scenario, we'd be better in the streets than being here in this scenario, right?
Yes.
You
Yes.
go out, the person that you're with, which both of you are children in East LA, which means, first of all, that anybody could have technically grabbed you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there are let's paint a good picture, everybody. There are still some good people on this earth. Let's make that clear too, because not everybody is out to harm everybody. And so all of these adults in East LA saw you two little kids running around frantic, looking like you have no compass, nowhere to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
They let you be. So kudos to East LA for letting them exist. And it pushed you into what you found was going to be a part of your purpose in life, which is to help other people. You did that initially at that young age by helping your contemporary that was right there alongside you that could not fend for herself. Her, right? Or him,
Yes.
for herself.
Yes.
So you got her some medical help. You had some divine intervention happen on your behalf, because there's no way. It's almost like a mother that lifts a car. There's no human way possible for you as a child to go find
Mm-hmm.
the help, get the help back, get the child. She's now better. You're better. And now you're in your purpose. Okay, now we're here.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm going to tell you what, along the way, I witnessed so much trauma. And back then, we didn't talk about it, you know. But some of the crazy statistics are that twice of the foster care kids are going to have PTSD over a war veteran. 20% of those children will end up incarcerated by the age of 21. 30% of those youth will end up homeless before 21. And substance abuse, you'll have about half of those former foster kids addicted by the age of 24. And lastly, now this is the most mind blowing statistic, just a wake-up call, this statistic. About 80% of the individuals on death row have been former foster youth. So frightening.
That is unbelievable. That alone is just literally unbelievable statistic, which I didn't know those statistics. So I'm really glad that you're taking the time to share them. How did you transition out of your foster care system? Because again, you were a child, so I'm sure
Mhm.
somebody finally found you and took you back to where they thought was safety, correct?
Well, from there, I actually ended up in dangerous places where lawsuits are going on today. I think a $3 billion lawsuit in the LA foster care system. Those were the places I was in. So I'm going to tell you this experience at the age of 9 reshaped my existence because it was so life threatening, but yet so spiritual, so validating. And what I did is I decided to stretch myself and to do some hard things.
Right.
So there was a library and it had college books. And I thought, I wonder if I could figure this out. I mean, I've got time on my hands,
Right.
you know. Why don't I kind of have some fun with this? And I do have a passion for science. So I picked up some science books. And then at the age of 12, I thought, I wonder, I'd love to program. You know, I love math and science, but I don't like doing anything twice. You know, why don't I learn how to program? And what that did is it rescued me from resource rooms. And after 20 elementary schools, I was admitted into Cal State LA. There was a teacher that saw a paper of mine and she just said, I'm gonna change your life. And I mean, it's a
Yay.
God moment. And my life was changed. So I went into technology very young, and I I got back in touch though with watching addiction. I had a first husband, and we were in a car accident, and he was given Vicodin, OxyContin, and Percocet all at once. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I had been the princess bride, but after all that happened, it was like a death divorce. And what that did is, you know, this is so inspired, is it brought me back to my roots. And technology was wonderful, you know, very fun, fulfilling, but I wasn't make a difference in the world. So that's when I decided with my new husband, and his whole family was in social work and medical. We wanted to do something very different. So we began a recovery house. And then we began, 11 years later, a treatment center. And then from there, integrative medicine is where it's at. Whole being, whole body. We did that. And then here I am today. I have an idea of what we can do to improve the foster care system. And I'm going to tell you what, I want to just run with this platform and do something radically different.
That's good. And I believe you are going to do something radically different. I believe that you're here because you're going to change the face of the world for foster care children. And I'm so excited about everything that you bring to the universe. Listen, we're going to take a quick moment because we have a few other contributing authors that are celebrity level authors. I personally think that you all are celebrity level authors, just so we know. I am excited because this book is made up of tremendous amount of powerful women around the country that's following our visionary leader, Dr. Joe D. Bear, who's unleashing this new book called The Essence of a Woman. One of these authors, you will probably recognize her as Princess Maradian. And we like to just play a quick clip from her right now. We'll be right back.
Her Royal Highness Princess Dr. Moradun Ogalama.
All right, all right. We are back. That's Princess Maradian. And because you were just talking, Renee, specifically about foster care, one of the authors in this book is Tiffany Haddish. And so Tiffany Haddish has a She Ready program. Many of you know about Tiffany Haddish. She's an international celebrity that is an actress and does a phenomenal job. I want to play, and Mackenzie, I'll play it because I didn't even tell you about this backstage, but it's called Let It Go. I'm going to no, not that one. Let's see. Where is it? I don't think I have it. Do I not have it? I don't think I have it in here because but anyway, Tiffany Haddish is one of the actual authors in this book as well. And I had a promo from her, but they updated it and I don't have the updated version yet. But I'll play that on one of our future episodes. Let me also play Dr. Khalila Ali, Women's Essence, from the Essence of a Woman. She is also Muhammad Ali's wife, and so she is a part of this book project as well. Go ahead and play her if you can, Mackenzie. Dr. Khalila Ali. Do I see that back there? Yeah. I'll play it, Mackenzie. I know I'm telling you so many things back there. Hold on.
Former wife of Muhammad Ali. Academy Award-winning actress. Author. Motivational speaker. Aviator and filmmaker. Humanitarian. Martial arts third-degree black belt. Dr. Khalila Camacho Ali, our anchor author for The Essence of.
Right, that's our anchor author for The Essence of a Woman. We're so honored to have her. And as well, we are very honored to have Tiffany Haddish be in the book as well. And again, she has a program called She Ready for children that chime out of the foster care system. So we are so honored to have her be a part of this project as well. Dr. Niti, now we didn't get a chance yet to talk about all of your board certifications and all of the things that you bring to the universe regarding your Institute of Functional Medicine, chronic health with master care, and Chinese medicine, all of these different aspects. Talk to us from a clinical perspective about what you do to make the world a better place.
Well, actually, it's also another little bit of a backstory that I haven't mentioned, I went to the health crisis or maybe midlife crisis as well. About 2008, I was suffering from many symptoms of chronic diseases, very severe allergies. I have to have septum surgery because I couldn't breathe. And I thought that's the way to fix it, right? Something blocked, just move it away surgically. And then I also have this reflux. I was taking several pills for like 4 or 5 years and had no idea it was my lifestyle, the food that I ate that can affect that, because I didn't even think, I don't eat like a junk food per se. So, but I have very severe reaction to wheat and all these GMO stuff. So anyway, that was why I went to become board certified in integrative holistic medicine in 2009. So it has been 17 years because 15 years because of that, because of the my own health issues. And I didn't realize when I changed my lifestyle. I went to a lecture at the holistic clinic, and within 3 days I woke up and I had no symptoms, because I had to like take Sudafed, in the morning because I couldn't breathe, the da 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 da, and at night I have to breathe to my mouth, my nose all stuffy. So
Right.
all these symptoms disappear within 3 days of me eliminating all those food. And so I have learned also from my own breast cancer scare that, those drinking from that plastic bottle water with the dioxin in it. So all these things I have to learn the hard way. And because I was stubborn too, I didn't believe. And so, yeah, that's why I was board certified in integrative holistic medicine. I keep studying, and I study functional medicine. And because my background from Thailand, I'm more familiar with the Eastern and Chinese medicine growing up. So I blend them all from my own experience, and using the principle of holistic medicine, which is a very awesome principle. You integrate all modality, you eliminate the things that bother you, right? The toxin, the thing
Right.
that doesn't serve your body, your cell.
Mm-hmm.
And then you enhance it with what we call food is medicine, right? A food can be the slowest poison as well. And then also adding supplement. I took the course with Autism Research Institute, the ARI as well. So I use as principle to even reverse several autistic children from nonverbal to talking. And
Oh,
so without having to spend a lot of money on expensive testing or anything fancy, because the population I've been serving is underserved population. So they're usually on medical, and they don't have
right.
a lot of resources available. But I was able to make a difference. And I didn't also, when I did it, I didn't know what to expect, right? But when they came back, and from like totally no eye contact and like this, to like, I said, how are you? And he said, good, how are you? I almost fall on the floor with that child. This is like within 1 year. Everybody changed. Yeah, it's very powerful. So I realized the power of this changing lifestyle is the medicine of the future, medicine of the now, that we cannot ignore that. That's the way to wellness. And also to realize that we all as human need support from one another, right? Wellness have we in it. Somebody was just saying famous have us in it, like everybody, we all relational as human. We have to support one another. And then I'm excited with the science of longevity, the greatest and the latest of all these wonderful information that can improve our life. For example, there was study from Japan that showed that mastication, the chewing,
Mhm.
actually help increase cognitive function. And so, so I would say that don't eat all the smoothie. Just you need to chew. It does help with
Choose,
your
choose wisely, right?
chew, because your facial expression and smile, right? Our facial expression is a big part that control by big portion in the brain. So when you exercise that part, it exercise your brain. And I want to add one more thing that I've
Please feel free.
a project that I really want to get it out, since I have a platform with you now. It's called Campaign Compliment. Since when we compliment someone, it's such a powerful thing. It take only a few seconds. It doesn't cost anything at all. And you say something like, "I love your glasses, by the way." The rest, I love it. It pop, and sincere compliment, not something flaky. And you feel good when you say it. Somebody receiving it always feel good. So it's a win-win. And that's how you could even make people day, and maybe even reverse if they didn't have a good day to become
Mhm.
a good day. You have
Yeah.
no idea what that kind words can uplift and shift people perspective, and maybe their whole day and their whole life.
It changes everything. I have 5 children. Many of you all hear me talk about my children on as the balance doctor many times over. But one of my children in particular, he goes to the extreme. Jeremiah Jacobs, he goes to the extreme to compliment people everywhere we go. And it's
Mm.
something that I've observed him doing, and I can see the immediate it just brings life to the person. He'll say something like, "Oh, you know what? A beautiful blouse that you have on today, ma'am," or that, "Oh, you have a great smile. Oh my gosh, I was walking through, I could smell your perfume. You smelled so nice, and it was so inviting." And he just says different things. It's not anything staged, but it's very customized. And I'm like, the people are like, "Oh, well, thank you, young man. Thank you." And they're so taken aback by the fact that he's doing that. And he's not playing, he's being sincere. He's just genuinely finding something to compliment them about. And it makes a huge difference. So everybody try compliment campaign compliment.
Cultivate it to become habit. Yeah.
That's awesome, Dr. Niti. All right. I see a lot of comments that's come in through the studio audience. So let me go up and acknowledge some of you all that's there. My mom is on today. She said, "Hey, I'm watching. Looking forward to an awesome show." Dennis Spraggin says this is a great book to produce. The Essence of a Woman, he's referring to. The Essence of a Woman, everybody. Make sure that you know that that is the book we're talking about today. The Essence of a Woman. And the visionary is Dr. Joe D. Bear. And it'll be available. You can start pre ordering it right now on any of the author's sites. And yes, it is a great book. Thank you so much, Dennis. And I see lots of comments over here. I hope I'm not missing anybody. I can relate. And somebody else said some other stuff. Let's see. Yes, ma'am. This is wonderful works. I love a natural, holistic, alternative approach to medicine. I think this produces, you should replace the hospital symbol, most respectfully speaking, of course. So great.
Mm.
And I also see you all on different platforms. It's hard for me to acknowledge it. I see you, Antonia. I see you, Tamika. I see you, Eleanor. I see you, Daryl. And Daryl, you had a comment. We are powerful through our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I see you, Candace. I see you, Ella. I see you, all of you guys. I may not personally be able to acknowledge everyone, but so grateful that you all are on different platforms tuning into the Kim Jacobs Show. And I will tell you, if you have not partnered with us yet, we never charge people to be a part of a guest here on our broadcast. So we just bring balance to the world as a gift to you all. But please take a moment today and send any amount to contribute to our programming. We greatly appreciate it. You can screenshot it. If you're going to screenshot, at least let's pose, ladies, for a second in case, sometimes people screenshot. I see myself on Facebook. I'm like, what kind of look was that? Oh, please let me smile, okay? All right, give me a second before you go posting me, y'all. All right. But partner with us today. You can send any amount. There's no amount that's too small, no amount that's too large, because God has blessed you in different ways, and we may have better circumstances. May not mean that we're better than anybody else, but we have better situations sometimes. So make sure you send it to Cash App $Kim Jacobs Inc. or even PayPal. You can use paypal.me/Kim Jacobs Inc. and it'll send you right there. Or Venmo at the Kim Jacobs Show. You can even Zelle 704-962-7161, or become a part of our membership programs, patreon.com/the Kim Jacobs Show or motherdreamer.com/join. All right. Renee and Dr. Niti, I want to make sure that if you have anything else you'd like to share, how do people stay connected with you, Renee? Please tell them.
My email is reneeb@nextlevelrecovery.com. That is the best way, and the improved foster care will have several different platforms, and I'm getting all of that arranged right now in concert with the book. So I'm just really excited about that.
And this QR code is, let me
Yes,
put this back up again for you to
yes.
screenshot. What will happen when they scan this QR code, Renee?
They'll just be given just a quick survey so that they can be kept posted on what's going to be happening on this up and coming platform so that we can detour children from entering foster care to begin with. This is going to be so doable. This is not about fixing an overwhelming, overcrowded system, which is just so daunting. I've got a fix. I'm collaborating with other nonprofits, and we're going to provide a doable solution. And I'm really excited about that.
Excellent. I'm so excited about it because I think that you're so passionate about it, Renee, that it can't help but succeed. Anytime someone
Mm,
has that level of passion
mm.
towards something, that's your gifting, that's your calling. That's where you need to flourish because at the end of the day, that's what God is trusting you with to use as your gift here on this earth. So I'm so grateful that you are being compliant, even from a child to now, to still recognize the value that you bring to the world. So thank you. Thank you. All right. Dr. Niti, if you could tell us how people stay connected with you.
Yeah, my website www.drniti.com, DOCTORNITI, and also connect CONNECT at drniti.com.
All
That would be
right.
email from me. And stay tuned for the Essence of a Woman launching next month and my book,
Yes.
November 11. Thank you.
You guys, you have to stay connected with Dr. Niti and make sure that you all get a copy of this book, The Essence of a Woman, that is coming out right now, pretty much. So go get your copy from either of these authors that we have featured here today. Tell everybody, if you have it just at top of mind, what they can expect from your chapter, Renee.
Well, they can expect to hear all of my story and what I've witnessed, but what they're going to be left with is what they can do in their own lives to practice resilience and well-being on a daily basis, because that's where it's at. Whether we're in the valley or we're at the top of the mountain, we just really need to stay very practical. Mindset is something that we keep healthy every single day. So I have some of the how-tos there, and I have an acronym. It's called ROSIE. And what it is it's receive. And what receive means is let the love land. Let it reach your core. It's 528 megahertz. And what it does is it inspires radical healing physically and also mentally. It allows us to overcome, become unstuck, and be in such a beautiful place. So I have receive, overcome, and then serve, which really piggybacks onto Dr. Niti's theme here. And it inspires confidence as we look to serve. And as we serve neurobiologically, we become healthier. There's an array of love hormones in our body, and it's a beautiful state that we enter. And then lastly, inspire. And this happens after we're able to serve and we have a message. And simply said, your message is knowing what you know, knowing how you know, and knowing how to teach or tell what you know. Rosie.
Good. You're going to learn so much when you just read Renee Brown's chapter alone based on everything that she just shared. So if you get the book just to read her chapter, your life is going to be significantly better. So make sure you definitely go in and flip right onto those pages to get to some of the authors that have been right here on the Kim Jacobs Show and get you some immediate implementation steps for your life. Dr. Niti, tell everybody what they can expect from your chapter in the book.
Well, it's the essence of divine feminine. So we're talking about unity, that we are one, the oneness in us, in all of us, the empowerment, and we also talk about energetic alignment, how to become balanced. That's your forte, right, Kim?
Mm.
So the balance doctor. So to become balanced, and then we have action steps at the end of the chapter that you can practice daily. So self-care, self-love, and to become balanced and stay in the good state.
That's
Daily,
good.
to become
So
habits. Yeah.
Mm.
you're going to form some great habits by reading Dr. Niti's chapter, and to the point where even though it may not have been the intention surrounding the book that you were losing weight or different things, but because of some of the just practices that you put in place, she's able to see, you are able to see just some better outcomes, even possibly for your physical being. So it's not, from a medical stance, so if you do this, this is going to be the outcome. But if you do this might be the outcome. So it's a good thing for you over there. And she's also board certified and knows exactly what she's talking about when it comes
Mm.
to.
And if I may add, for when Renee talk about the purpose, it's actually for Blue. Have you heard of Blue Zone Project? The Blue Zone study people that live the longest on the planet, and they came up with the thing called Power Nine, like a secret to longevity, reverse engineering. And the number 2 on that Power Nine is purpose.
You said purpose?
Purpose, yes.
Mm.
Wow. Okay. So
So
y'all, if you want to know more about the Power
longevity.
9, is that in your chapter or no?
It is in my book, my new book. But this is about the living life, fully, and be in the balance, like what you're preaching, and,
Yep.
and
And
have
it's
the
on,
best
if you
outcome
Google
and
it,
live the
it's there
longest.
as well. You can find out more about the Power 9 just by Googling this information. But if you just
Right,
go
Blue
to
Zone.
drniti.com, you're going to learn a lot more about those concepts as well, about lifestyle habits of the world's healthiest, longest living people,
Longest
how they
living.
move. Number 2, she
Mhm.
said, is purpose. And number 3 is downshift and
Yeah.
80% rule and plant scent and why. Okay, it's all kind of different. So just
Yeah.
go and learn more about it, but connect with Dr. Niti and she's going to be able to help you a lot more. Once you just contact her, do some consultations with her, let that journey begin to better transformative life for yourself.
And can I give you a quote from the book? My quote is, spirits always seek joy and ways to express love. I think that's in everything that we do.
Say it one more time. The spirit always.
Seek joy and ways to express love.
Mm.
The spirit always seeks joy and ways to express love.
That's
I
why
love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Okay, y'all. Look, I think we have been on as long as we probably can at this point, but I will tell you that I do offer a training if you're interested in starting your own show, which I see 2 people that would be great at having a show right here on the screen. Hello. Okay.
Mm.
If you are interested in starting your own show, our next class is coming literally up in a few weeks here. So you want to grab your seat. We only take 5 students at a time, and it is a wonderful experience. 6-week training on how to start your show from scratch. And there's a video over on kimjacobsconsulting.com that Les Brown has done an endorsement over there of the program. The phone number you can call is 704-944-3534, or you can email me, kim@thebalancedoctor.tv, and I'll be happy to send some information to you and help get you registered. Now, the cost over there is for one-on-one training, but because I've started a group training, it's bite-sized piece from what you see over on Kim Jacobs Consulting. So that way it's more palatable for you to participate. All right, everybody. That is today's episode. We have some more new episodes lined up for you the rest of this week. So make sure that you're in your virtual seats at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Closing comment, Renee, real fast. Closing comment.
this is a together we can kind of world. So that QR code, please, please go ahead and give us your information there. This is a together we can. No one person can move a mountain alone. And I'm just so grateful for this program, for Dr. Jody, for Kim, for everything that you do in this world, which is just so much. My friendship with Dr. Niti, it takes a village. And that would be the last comment that I have.
Awesome. So y'all make sure you scan that QR code, and also make sure you do the compliments like Dr. Niti was saying. And I put my son Jeremiah up on the screen, and I share with you how awesome he is at complimenting just everyday strangers. It doesn't matter. Just be nice. Tell us a closing comment, Dr. Niti.
Well, campaign compliments. That's what you just said. Just coming from the heart and live the life with purpose, with intention.
Absolutely. Living your life with purpose and intention, and compliment somebody today, everybody. I saw you, Berthina. I see you, Joyce. I see you, Tamika. I see you, Antonio, Eleanor. I see you all out there watching the Kim Jacobs Show. And thank y'all for your active participation. And thank you for allowing us to bring balance to the world, one household at a time. On that note, everybody, have a great day. See you tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll see you backstage if y'all stay back there. Take care, everybody. Love you all.
Love you.
Thank you. Love you.
Back there. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show, and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference, and I look forward to you bringing your friends and family to join you in the virtual studio audience Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m.